is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me.
What it do? What it do? K-Boss here. And I hope you guys are doing superb. What are we going over today? Today we're going over something that's very important, which is tile management. Now, back in the day, I created one for season 2. I didn't do one for season 3, so I decided to do one for season 4 since we're in a new home, and I'm seeing something that probably shouldn't be happening. So, why is it important to do tile management? Well, one, you earn influence, and you can see what everybody's doing in influence and where you're at and what you're trying to do. Okay? Second, your influence. Well, let's go back to it. Your influence here. Your influence here helps this here. So, your individual, that's basically what we're looking at over there. This tells you the story of your situation. Now this is intermixed and intermingled with other alliances. But to get the idea and the understanding, this is for the whole entire planet. So let's go back to why is it important to have tile management. Well, first, there's some attributes and bonuses and boosts that you need to do. So tile management here, depending on how your military mastery strategy is. So then there is a process that you can follow, and if you follow that process every single time, you will get the end result of what you're doing. So I've done this 3 seasons already. So season 2, and then season 3, and then going on season 4. This will be the 3rd time. So the first time I was set up differently. So let's go over. I was in the wrong spot. Seasonal mastery. Now these don't change. And so the first season I did quite well. We didn't have the masteries. But season 2, I did way better in season 2 getting the masteries because it's easier to get. But one of the contributing factors of this is your buildings, right? Let me just show you what I mean. So here is your mastery and how many points you get. So your radiation research stations give you 1,400 or 14,000. That's based also on, the level they're at. But your largest ones, your seasonal buildings, are going to be this one, which is your strategy barracks. And then you'll get another one, which would be your land management. Land management is here. So, depending on your strategy, my strategy is to get to level 80, or at least 60, by the end of the season. Level 60 is the minimum. My goal is 80. That being said, I need to pick up the pace. So your masteries make a huge difference. So that's why I'm set up in a split where this is to get additional XP, right? So if I go here, and so I'll get 80% of each, which I'll get 80% for seasonal building upgrade, and then obtaining from, tile battle. So I'll get 80%. And then I went with having more tiles instead of doing all the other rigmaroles, and that's what this looks like here. But I did take the destructive, so it helps with the destructive boost. So if we take a look at this other one that I have set up, once I get this strategy building to 30, I switch here. So I'm more geared into protection, right? But then this is the other strategy barracks edition of 20. So then you'll be able to do your strategy building and then get, additional 20 more slots. And people are like, why does that matter? Well, let me show you. So this is troop capacity. So getting the 20 is giving me 275. So I'm figuring, since this is, I think you get another 7 or 1,000 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But from here to 20, it looks like it only goes up 30 or 25. See, it increases. That's 25, 25. So I don't know if it's going to be 25 each time, but if we just do the math, 20 more stages times 25, that's an extra 250, which will come to, is that right? 250, yeah. So you're looking at 725-ish more troops in your march. So that would be awesome for me, because then that would make me have like 4K troop marches in pretty much all my troops, which then leads to the more serious announcement here. So when you're looking around and you see people who have a level 1, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. But to have this at level 1, I mean, I bet you they're not even in the top 150, I think it does. So, you see these very low numbers here. Those are people that are not taking the tiles seriously. Now look at this person right there. King Alt, he's one of the tops. He's at 20. See what I'm saying? So let's just go to that. Look, I mean, he's up at the top. So you can gauge where everybody's at and how everybody's doing. You know what I'm saying? The competition wise, it's not a competition against anybody, but it is, because at the end of the season, understanding your personal what you're bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're bringing, and helping out where you can, this is very important. This is how these right here look at. Now, I'm not saying everybody needs to be like me, and they probably don't have I don't really have the time to do it either. I do, but I don't. I don't like doing it any more than anybody else. But your influence helps the alliance in points. And so the only way to get these points are 2 ways. Well, there's a multitude of ways, but for you to affect it is to do the tiles and to do well in your verses here. You know, being competitive, helping out your team. So I want people to have more pride in what they're doing. You know, I just have that military background and raised military as a military brat. So I understand like checks and balances. I understand cause and effect. I understand real life issues create real life concerns that create, you know, the wrong idea. And I understand consequences. I mean, you can also see it here. Like you can see who's doing what. Level 15 is great. I mean, I'm at 14. Level 15 would be great in my book. Anything over 15 this early in the season where we have 4 more days until Star Wars begins. It's very important. I mean, these season rewards mean something. Especially the regional dominator, and then you got the Martian dominator. And this is all based off of, you know, who's doing what. And I'm pretty sure the people who contribute the most are gonna, I mean, there's R4s and I get it. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna evaluate it too. So this is, like I said, all about tile management. I'm not gonna give you all the strategies that you can use. However, I'm showing you how I'm set up. And if you are doing this as well, definitely you'll score well. But my main concern is not, it's hitting the big buildings, getting them out of the way first. Because a lot of people are here trying to get to the highest, you know, highest tile. But I know I can get help from anybody and be like, hey man, can I get some help with some tiles? Yeah, you want some? Yeah. Or you'll have somebody who's a tile thief to mess with people's, you know, it's a strategy. You know, you gotta look at it as a strategy. Is it fair? No. Is it nice? Probably not. Do I care? No, not really. And then you'll end up getting some higher levels and you don't have to do as much. I mean, you can max most of those bad boys out, especially if you're in a high enough level, because once you get over 12, level 12 crystals, you're getting a pretty good, I mean, right now I'm getting, as you can see, 36,000 in black obsidians, and then you have the red fire crystals. So it's kind of like, you know, for me, what's important to me is to have a more plots to get, which is do your land management bureau, and then this right here and this right here. These are my 4 focuses. So I know to get to the next level, which is level 10, for me, a lot of people are forcing this, but one thing I can, you know, say is I'm going to be, you know, having a larger march than them. I'm not going to focus in on this when, you know, all it is management at that time. So I want to be fight ready versus, you know, influence ready. Plus, I didn't buy those packs to speed up the process. Because if I would have, it would have definitely made a whole bunch of difference. But I do say a couple things on that note. Excuse me, I got out of it. One of the other things is the wartime investment. I do take part of that, which helps you with your daily. But then this right here. This right here is good, and I love the sweeps. And then season resources output, you get a little bit more. And then on the seasonal journey, I strongly encourage everybody to get this right here. That's just me. I'm not telling anybody. This is the people who pay money on something. This is lasts the whole season. Probably one of the best $50 you'll spend on the game if you do spend money on it. What I wanted to show is that I already got the seasonal buildings, so I can cap those out. And then seasonal buildings for the military expansion, the other one's defense, right? So when I go to here and I go to here, so 50. So that's what if you look at, we'll look at it again, 1 second, hold on. So an additional 50 on top of that. It's going to be the same thing when you do the strategy barracks for additional 20. And as you can see, it only goes up 1%, 1%, 1%, right? So I'm pretty sure it's going to throw the same numbers on the other one. So they're going to make it pretty much uniform. So at the end of the day, you'll definitely be able to be more competitive in that regard. I'm not saying this is the best way. I'm just saying, for me, that's how I want to rock it. So this is K-Boss going over some tile management. I hope everybody learned something. If not, I understand. But in the meantime, I hope you still did pick up something that you didn't know. If you have any questions or you have any suggestions, put them in the comments, because this is a community of people who play the game who want to get better. On that note, I'm out of here. My name is K-Boss, and I'm out.
Motherfuckers, what is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me.